What kind of things do you think of when someone says musical? Do you think of or? But would you ever think of this? Yes, in today's video we will be having a look at Little Shop of Horrors, a Broadway musical based off a low-budget 1960s film that was made in just 3 days. Yeah, no kidding. And then, in 1986, Frank Oz went and made it into an actual feature-length film based off of the smash hit musical. And if you're not familiar with who Frank Oz is, he's, well, this guy. And it's probably one of the most exquisitely weirdest musicals to this day, featuring one of the most evil plants since this thing. But the question is, in all its weirdness, did it work? Let's find out. This is Little Shop of Horrors, the review. And so after some quick exposition, we begin our story in Skid Row, where we get introduced to our main characters, Seymour Krelborn, played by Rick Moranis, who's famous for playing...
I taped 20-minute workout on my machine and played it back at high speed, so it only took 10 minutes. I got a great workout. Good. You want to come in for a mineral water?
A Ghostbuster, as well as...
Yes, it's me. I'm here to save my girlfriend. Hi, honey.
Now you are going to die.
Oh!
And Audrey, Seymour's love interest, who's played by Ellen Greene, who's famous for playing...
Daddy left early. Mama was born.
Audrey. They're both employees at the down-on-its-luck flower store run by Mr. Mushnik. Nothing like a good bad luck spell to begin the movie.
Seymour, what's going on down there?
But then, well, everyone on Skid Row is poor.
Down on the Skid Row.
Despite having amazing singing voices. Which could get them a career in Broadway. I mean, look at this guy. Like I just said, had a really superb voice, yet only gets half a second in the movie. However, all of this hard luck turns around when Seymour reveals the plant which he found, Audrey too. And what do you know?
Excuse me, I couldn't help noticing that strange and interesting plant. What is it?
It's an Audrey, too.
Then Seymour goes on to tell us how he found this plant.
I was walking in the wholesale flower district that day.
Wait. Shoop da whoop? Oh. I thought it was going all Dragon Ball Z on us.
I'm a fire in my leg.
So I was just about to, walk on by.
Wait a minute. Is that Daniel John Jules? The guy who played Cat from Red Dwarf? It was.
But the old Chinese man sold it to me anyways. For $1.95.
The end of the world for $1.95. What a bargain! And then, in all of a sudden, from something that popped out of nowhere, this little-known shop becomes extremely successful very quickly. Does that remind you of anything? But in order to maintain this success, Seymour needs to try and keep the plant alive.
Nurse this plant back to health. I'm counting on you.
I know.
Only trouble is, since it came out of nowhere, he has no idea how to feed it.
I've given you plant food and water to sip. I've given you potash. You've given me zip.
Until...
Ow! Damn roses. Damn thorns.
And due to the popularity of the shop now, Seymour's been asked to come on a radio show hosted by John Candy as Weird Wink Wilkinson.
Let me play you down to your seat, Seymour.
What a radio show this is. I mean, can you imagine if it did prank calls?
Hello.
Hi, everybody. It's Weird Wink Wilkinson laughing and scratching.
Who is this?
I got a little bit of a stiff neck. Let me just fix this up. Oh, that feels a lot better. Okay, our first guest today is a young man you probably read about in the newspapers.
Is this someone I know?
Young man by the name of, Seymour Krellborn. Is that correct?
Seymour!
Oh, but I've got to kill you both with this machine gun. Oh, you got me! I feel so very...
Okay, so, earlier in the review, I said that Seymour and Audrey were the two love interests, right? Well, there's a bit of a problem with that, since Audrey is already in a relationship with, by the looks of it,
So I got a black eye, and my arms in a cast.
an abusive boyfriend. But she secretly dreams of being with Seymour and going off with him somewhere that's green.
A matchbox of her own. A fence. A real chain link.
Which turns into Disney for some reason.
Snuggle watching Lucy on a big, enormous 12-inch screen.
So that leaves us to ponder, who could this reckless, relentless boyfriend possibly be?
Summer loving had me a blast.
No, that's the wrong film. Ah. How's that?
That's better.
When I was younger, just a bad little kid, my mama noticed funny things I did, like shooting puppies with a BB gun. I'd poison guppies, and when I was done, I'd find a pussycat and bash its head.
So what could a guy like this possibly be nowadays? Is he a prison snitch, or just plain on the run?
I am your dentist, and I enjoy the career that I picked.
That thing is a dentist? I mean, I'd rather have my teeth done by this guy. I mean, he scares the socks and gravity out of people. So after Orin drowns someone, we go back to Seymour, who gets a first glimpse at Audrey's apparent boyfriend.
Relax. You want some nitrocyanide?
Well, suit yourself.
Well, at least he's not addicted to helium. Imagine what that would be like.
Hey! I know you! Sure, I saw you on the news! I even know your name. Now, let's see, it's, Cecil. No. It's, Cedric. No, give me a chance. It's Seymour.
Somebody talking to you?
Oh, no. Excuse me.
Excuse me, what?
Excuse me, doctor.
That's better.
And so Seymour's frustrated at how poorly Audrey gets treated and starts telling this to the plant. Well, it's an inanimate object, so it's not like it's gonna talk back at you, mate. Wait, what? Oh my gosh.
He's alive!
Feed me, Seymour.
And as of this time, Mario's worst nightmare is feeling a little bit hungry.
If you feed me, Seymour, I can grow up big and strong.
How am I supposed to keep on feeding you? Kill people?
I make it worth your while.
Okay, it is at this precise point in time that Seymour needs to get out the weed killer, kill the plant, and throw the singing vegetable into the compost heap because now it's getting serious. It wants to kill people.
Would you like a Cadillac car?
It's even offering temptations. You need to...
She had like a Harley machine, tooling around like I was James Dean.
He's given in. he's given into it.
Stupid woman! Crash! What a friggin' scatterbrain! What?
So we head on back over to the dental clinic, where Bill Murray is sitting awaiting his dental inspection.
Hey, does that mean they're finished? My turn?
Spanish princess from Blackadder.
Next! It's me, Arthur Denton, I'm next!
And so Arthur Denton meets up with Orin for his little session.
Comfy? Yes, doctor.
Oh, candy bar! Oh, candy bar, candy bar! Oh, that's great! Come on! Guys! Oh, yeah! Go! Come on, doctor! Woo! Yeah! Oh, great! Oh, you are something special. You are something special. Come on, come on. Thank you! Oh, yeah! Thank you! It's your professionalism that I respect. More! Yeah! Come on! Yeah!
So after 50 Shades of Moray doesn't go to plan,
Go on, get out of here!
it's now up to Seymour to confront the dentist for the final time.
Here we go.
Now, in the actual play of this production, there was actually meant to be a song here called Now It's Just the Gas, which they removed from the film, which I'm fairly disappointed with. I mean, it sets the dentist out to be a proper villain during the final stand of his. And I feel that without this song, even with the grand performance by Steve Martin, the dentist as a character gets forgotten to the malicious Audrey 2, especially in his final form later on. However, I did manage to find a rendition of this scene which actually included the song over the top, which actually mixes into the scene quite well.
Don't be fooled if I should giggle like a sappy, happy dope. It's just the gas. It's got me high. I laughed myself too. Death.
Okay, now, if you didn't already get that, this was a dark musical. You do now. Anyway, the following day, now that the dentist is missing, it's time for Seymour and Audrey to finally reveal their true feelings for one another. And being that this is a musical,
Suddenly Seymour is standing beside you.
oh boy, it looks like Squeaky Voice is going to be singing a pop ballad.
Don't come suddenly.
Whoa! That was actually quite powerful. GG. So Seymour and Audrey now officially in a relationship and the flower shop making a huge fortune. I guess it's happily ever after now, right?
Little red dots all over the linoleum. Little red spots on the concrete outside.
Darn it, Mushnik!
I'm talking blood, Krellborn. I'm talking under my own roof. An axe murderer.
So Mr. Mushnik proceeds to take Seymour to the police until he changes his mind.
Considering you're almost like a son to me, I'm thinking maybe we don't have to go to the police. What if I kept my mouth shut and gave you a one-way ticket out of town? Meanwhile, I would keep the plant. Of course, you'd have to teach me how to take care of it while you're away.
Just feed it.
Just feed it what?
Minerals.
Yes?
Thursdays, you should give it water. But whatever you do,
Yes? What the hell?
Yet you don't lean into a massive mouth. Otherwise...
Supper time.
Okay, let's take this opportunity to talk about Mushnik. I don't know if the play was supposed to set him out as a greedy, money-obsessed businessman, but in this film, I don't see it that way. I mean, sure, Mushnik can be a little bit stern at times, but ultimately he cares for his 2 employees. I mean, he even shows genuine concern for Audrey whenever she talks about her relationship with Orin.
I'm telling you, Audrey, he's not a good, clean kind of boy.
He's a professional.
What kind of a professional drives a motorcycle and wears a black leather jacket?
I think maybe why he acts so stern in the first place is because the business is now booming all of a sudden, and as a businessman, there's a high risk of losing that if you don't maintain consistency with your customers. Not to mention that the way that Mushnik dies in this scene, they actually changed from the play. Originally, he was going to take Seymour down to the police station, but before leaving the shop, he asks what the money for the day is, and Seymour replies that it's inside the plant. So it opens up and he physically goes inside to look for it. But in this scenario, he actually changes his mind and decides not to give Seymour away. So being a stern, stressed out businessman looking after his small corner shop, but ultimately really caring for his employees, it kind of reminds me of Arkwright from Open All Hours. Anywho, now with Seymour in charge of the little shop, it's now time for one of the longest songs in the musical.
It's not the man that supplies. They say the meek gonna get it.
Wait, what? That's it. That's literally it. Okay, so I've mentioned before how a few songs were cut out of the actual film of the musical, but I have no idea why this one was. I mean, in the film, with the talking bits included, it lasts just over a minute, and the whole song in the play lasts over 6 minutes. Now that may seem like a long time, but the song conveys, especially in Seymour's solo, the conflict that he has at the moment, his dilemma. On one hand, he needs to destroy the plant because in order to keep it alive, he has to keep killing people, which he is not prepared to do. On the other hand, he needs to keep the plant alive since that's the only way he's getting any money at all. And plus he's worried that Audrey might not love him anymore without it. This is something that the audience needs to know. And it doesn't stop there. They actually filmed Seymour's solo and edited it and everything, but they didn't include it in the final film and just left it as a deleted scene. So on the bright side, you can still have a look at it. So anyway, thanks to the success of the shop, now looks like there's enough money for Seymour and Audrey to get married and actually go off somewhere at screen, leaving the shop and plant behind forever. However...
Hello.
Hey, little lady, hello.
Seymour.
No, it ain't Seymour. It's me.
Oh my God. I don't believe it.
Believe it, baby. It talks. I need me some water in the raceway. Look at my branches. I'm dry up. I'm a goner, honey. Come on and give me a drink.
I don't know if I should.
Hey, little lady, be nice.
Do you talk to Seymour like this?
Sure do. I'll drink it straight.
Your leaves are dry?
I don't even want to reference what that looks like.
Tui, that's disgusting.
Here we go.
And now it's supper time. Get off of her! Get off!
So after Seymour rescues Audrey from the plant, they meet up with Patrick Martin in the alleyway.
Excuse me, pardon me, beg your pardon. If you two kids would just stop singing for a moment, I've got something I want to discuss with you. Now, which one of you is Seymour Crowborn?
Hold on a sec. There were 3 Ghostbusters in this movie and not one of them noticed something strange in the neighborhood that need to be dealt with?
I'm over here. Me and the guys at the Home Office have been following this plan of yours, and we've come up with one incredible idea. Develop little Audrey 2s and sell them to florist shops across the nation. Why, this thing could go worldwide. Nobody's touching that plant, you hear? Hey, we're offering a lot of money. Forget the money. Gotta end this once and for all.
Seymour.
I'm gonna bust that pod wide open. This is between me and the vegetable.
Okay, Seymour, so you're gonna confront the plan. So make sure you're prepared for this. You're gonna need some weed killer at least. Maybe a flamethrower if you can find one. I can even call reinforcements to...
Every household in America. Thousands of you eating.
He's got in completely unprepared against that.
You don't know what you're messing with. You got no idea. Stupid. Watch me now. I'm just a...
Do I have to do everything myself?
Oh, shit!
So with a butt ton of money and the plant now destroyed, Seymour and Audrey can now go off and live somewhere that's green happily ever after. And that is the story of Little Shop of Horrors. Not so fast! But did I tell you there was actually another ending to this story originally? One that didn't quite end up so well. One that test audiences didn't quite agree with, so they had to reshoot and put a good ending in instead. Let me sum it up briefly. After Seymour rescues Audrey from the plant, she just dies for some reason, and her last wish is that Seymour feds her body to the plant, which he does. Seymour attempts suicide, but Patrick Martin meets him on the rooftop, already holding a mini Audrey too. Cue me green buffer. Seymour gets eaten by the plant, everyone buys plants, 5-minute destruction sequence in New York, jump scare. Now, personally, I'd say I prefer the good ending, and here's why. Like I heard someone say once before, in the theatre production we know everyone's alright, because we have encore, and all the cast, even the characters who died, come on the stage at the end. But in the film, when a character dies, they're dead, permanently, which creates a much more darker tone than the play, just for being a film. The film itself also focuses a lot on Audrey's dream about going somewhere that's green, even showing a whole sequence of her in this fantasy. And the depth the film goes in with this, and the brilliant performance by Ellen Greene, makes Audrey's death even more sad, and how the dream that they both had has been completely crushed. It just has that effect in this case. And yes, the destruction sequence in New York is impressive and really expensive looking, but it goes on for far too long, in my opinion. Not to mention, this is the first time we've ever seen a good ending to this story. And if any time there was going to be a good ending to this story, it may as well have been in the feature-length film. Although when recently this film was re-released on Blu-ray, the director's cut, they actually have the bad ending instead of the good ending in it. With no option of seeing the good ending, and no meek shall inherit either.
Goddamn sicko.
So anyway, my thoughts are, this is a pretty good film. The acting from all the lead roles is amazing, particularly Steve Martin as the wonderfully malicious dentist, as well as some of the side characters such as John Candy. And who'd have thought that Mick Moranis could sing so well too? The plant itself is a work of genius too, with Levy Stubbs fitting the role perfectly, and the puppeteers that brought the thing to life too. That's right, no CGI or animatronics here. This plant was a puppet, and in its final form was operated by 50 people at once. It just shows that a puppet can have so much more life and charm than a computer-generated creature. All of the songs are brilliant, and it's hard to actually pick out a favourite one out of them all. It would have been nice though if they'd have included one or two more from the play, such as Now It's Just the Gas and the rest of Meek Shall Inherit. The set of Skid Row looks very believable most of the time too, but the question I asked at the start was, does the weirdness and dark tone of the story work well as a musical? Well, yeah, it does. Of course, some people who don't know exactly what they're in for may get a bit of a shock when they first see it, but the quirkiness and charm keep the story very much alive, along with the songs and characters and set pieces. If this musical pops up in the theatre near you, I'd recommend watching it. I think this is probably one of the best musicals that's out there right now, up there with Wicked, and it might even be a classic too. This has been my review for Little Shop of Horrors, and since this is my first review, I am welcome to constructive feedback, and I'm free to suggestions of what you might want to see me review next time. So, until then, good night!
Downtown, where the folks are broke, you go downtown. Where your life's a joke, you go downtown. Where you buy a toke and you go home to Skid Row, home to Skid Row. Yes, you go downtown, where the cabs don't stop. Downtown, where the food is slapped. Downtown.